would it be accurate to say that the road back to humanness, fullness, the road back to sexuality, authentic sexuality, is to feel our grief?
Yeah, absolutely. It's absolutely essential, and it's one of the core processes, the core invitations of the rewilding, is to let it rip, And in fact, one of the practices that has really become very profound in the rewilding process, and for some reason particularly this is true for women, in our lovemaking, and it's in our lovemaking with self as well as other, regardless of our orientation, that for some reason it tends to be true that a rewilded female expression of sexuality includes grief as a tried and true step in the rewilding process. It is that I encourage women in their lovemaking, in their particularly that first portal of the first orgasm, to allow, is there any grief there? Is there any? I know it sounds odd. We're not taught this. You're supposed to be having this mind-blowing, ooh-ah experience. So is there any truth here in this experience for you that is grief? And so I don't even question it at this point. With that one bit of permission, women will just let it go. And it will last such a short period of time, because what comes washing in right on the heels of that is its beautiful kind of tantric polarity, which is the fullness of life and the fullness of the celebration of life and the joy and the surrender. But somehow there is something very profound about entering into the joy through the portal of grief. And it really does define us as human beings. So yes, the road back to rewilding, the road to our rewilded selves, it is one of the very first acknowledgments, is that there is grieving that has to happen, not just because of where we are in our time here, not just because there is such sadness occurring, there's such tragedy occurring on the planet, but because it's tragic to be human. It's just beautifully tragic to be human. We're going to lose everything in our lifetimes. And it's just true. And the fact of the largeness of that speaks to our ability to be grateful, to have the profound gratitude for what it means to be human, for all of this.